Hello and welcome back to our HIP New World Order campaign. In our last episode we won both of the wars we had going on for this county here against Aquitaine, and also for the Duchy of whatever this is over here, Barca. So that is pretty good. We are making good progress in conquering the entire kingdom of Misr down here, which we are going to grant independence under... Who was it over here? There was some relative of ours we put in charge, I think. Was it Count Valdemar? Was it this guy? I have no idea. But there's a couple of relatives of ours who we could make king of this kingdom eventually, and then eventually granted independence. Speaking of granting things independence, actually, we may be able to go ahead and grant Finland independence over here under King Valdemar. He has children lined up to inherit, but somehow I'm still his heir, which is strange. Under elective Gavelkind. Well, maybe if we grant him independence, we'll no longer be in line for that. He is doing okay with levies. He's got a very reduced reinforcement rate for the next while, though, thanks to the new administration and all. But I'm not going to wait another 25 years to grant him independence. I think we may as well just do it now. So we have an independent von Henneberg, King of Finland, up here. Looks like I am still his heir, maybe. We'll give it a few days and see if this updates or anything. Apparently not, okay. Well, that's fine, we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at our dynasty map mode as well. So this is our first foray into Northern Europe, I guess, here. We obviously have the southern half of Iberia, and a good chunk of the land down here too, under our dynasty's control. But also we started a tournament in the last episode, so let's unpause and allow that to happen. If it's indeed going to. We'll also check on our plot here, still nobody we can invite, that's fine. My sister makes sure everyone gets exactly the same amount of whatever sweets the cook gives the children, so she is going to be just. That's fine. It's time to let the tournament begin, and for the next 2 months, let all show their martial brilliance. This is the time. And our guest, Conrad van Hern, has been tragically maimed, most unfortunate, because we're going to have another long string of deaths and maimings. Yep, this guy's been wounded. I suspect this is probably just a function of the sheer size of our realm. The amount of people that get horribly maimed and injured during our tournaments. Ulalgarg. Cool name. Cool facial hair. Most unfortunate. Baldwin. Seems to be only male characters that get to participate in the tournament, actually. Which is interesting, despite the gender equality option that we have turned on. I guess that's one of the things that's hard-coded and not easily changed by mods. Yep, another maiming. Orson. And Yaroslav. Norbert. Finally we have a winner. This guy, okay. And Kuno. Spymaster of Galloway. And Count Thierry of Ypres, who is possessed. Gets third place, okay. Stop right there, criminal scum, the city guard yells, as you merely pick up an apple to judge its quality while visiting a food vendor. The guard, embarrassed, admits he was too hasty in thinking you were a thief, not even realizing that you were his lord. He was a bit rash, but better safe than sorry. Aha, what a fool. Or imprison him, and teach him a lesson, and we could potentially lose the trait just. We'll say better safe than sorry. Oh, people are still getting maimed. Sorry, Wolfgang. Won't this terrible tournament end? It's over. Time to bask in the glory. Everyone's happy. Great. And our castle town has finished. And actually, we still have our hunting focus, and we have no health traits now thanks to recovering from our pneumonia. So we should be able to go on a grand hunt. Or at least schedule one to begin in September. So let's do that. Not sure what, if any, of these traits we can flip with a hunt. We might be able to get patient instead of wrath, which might be okay. Not that wrath is really a bad trait. Pretty sure we won't be able to get lustful instead of chaste. And we already have diligent, which is one we could definitely have gotten otherwise. Brendan's host has declared Brendan's conquest of Galilee on King Wilhelm the Just. Okay, this is a Sunni Breton Brendan. Interesting. Well, good luck to him, I guess. We'll see if Wilhelm will call us into that. He also has Antioch nearby he can call on. And he called in Andalus, okay. And the Negus of Nubia called in Finland. And this other Negus, okay. Someone else down here, I suppose. I guess he's been marrying his relatives down here for allies. And he did indeed call in Antioch, so I guess he's probably not going to need our help, given all of those people he just called in. So I might just decline if he calls us in. Since I do have a hunt scheduled, which is very important. And we wouldn't be able to go on that if we were at war. See if we can check out how many men Brendan has. Oh, only 8,000, so I think he could have even handled that pretty easily on his own. And let's see how Flanders' war is going here. I want to keep an eye on it and see what happens when he wins. 70% in his favor. Looks like he has basically wiped out the army there and is just sieging. There shouldn't be too much longer. Evanthia died after a period of illness. The wife of King Wilhelm of Jerusalem, I see. Your mission has been a success, okay. Which I believe will fulfill our ambition. And we'll gain 1 learning. So... oh, we can take the ambition to win a war. Or to become a skilled fighter. Well, we are definitely going to be declaring a holy war pretty soon, so... why don't we do that? I think it's about a year left in our truce with the Hasbayids. At which point we'll be declaring over this duchy here. I will find the white stag. We should also move our chaplain, of course. The dogs have caught scent of a boar in the forest. This is the chance of getting a mighty boar slain. We can say the peasants will finish it, giving us a 30% chance of becoming craven, which would not be good. Or we can face it alone with our spear. Will give us a 10% chance of being maimed and a 5% chance of being wounded. Well, let's take the risky option, I suppose. Really don't want to be craven. Looks like we got away with it. The hens were more alert this morning than I've ever seen before. Something stupendous must be awaiting us. So we can gain 10 prestige and maybe get wounded. Gain 10 prestige and maybe bring down the child of a peasant. Or do this another day and lose 10 prestige. Well, I think we can spare 10 prestige. Under my guidance, Adelaide is slowly mastering the art of swordsmanship. Good for her. Unfortunately, Vidukind here is getting even further ahead in the elections. I'm not sure what we can really do to improve things here. I guess... I don't know, if she had more prestige maybe? And she's not going to be gaining much. But the best way to do that would probably be to grant her a landed title, which I don't really want to do. He is a good bit older than her, so it's probably pretty likely that he'll die sooner, especially since he's stressed. I guess it's not urgent, and we don't really need to do anything about it right now. We have a new Grand Mayor of the Republic of Geldern. Okay. He's already very happy with me, no reason to give him any gifts or anything. Do need to appoint a new Marshal, though. And this guy is the best person for the job. We could appoint Flanders, he'd be 1 point worse. But I don't think we need to worry about his opinion too much. So I think we'll just appoint the best character. And of course train troops in the capital. And speaking of Flanders, actually, I guess he won his war, because it seems like some land has changed hands here. Looks like the claimant was not a vassal of ours already, so he didn't become our vassal or stay our vassal. We didn't gain the land, basically, which is fine. Grand Hunt is over. This was truly a noble endeavor and a true challenge for our martial abilities. I am proud of my hunting abilities. Okay. Oh, we have a new heir. So I guess just talking about it was enough to get Princess Minna in line again. I guess just one person changed their minds, actually. Or maybe it was the new Grand... whatever it was, the Grand Mayor. If he gets a vote, which I assume he probably does. Training ground is completed. Guess we could start getting some more buildings done. No point in letting 5,000 gold sit around here doing nothing. Barracks will do just fine. Same here. You're still building. Training grounds. Militia training grounds. What's this? Waldeck. Raid the castle town again. Here we'll just do the militia training ground. Okay. My son Otto was bitten by a snake this morning. The brave little fool keeps seeking out danger. Great, he can become brave, gain 1 martial. Sounds good. And our youngest daughter who has become chaste already, unfortunately. I guess that's not so bad. It's minus 15%, where strong is plus 10, is that right? Yes, plus 10. So it's not a huge deal. But if we maybe want to switch our heir to her at some point, that is a point against it. It should be fine though. We would like to educate her ourselves. Oh, I guess we already have 2 wards. Let's see, who are we educating? We probably want to keep Prince Otto. Maybe we could give up our sister. She's pretty good as well. I guess we'll... Yeah, I guess we'll give Otto to somebody else, since he is marginally a worse character because he's not tall. I will still try to pick somebody with good traits, though, rather than using him for opinion. I guess our wife would probably be a pretty good candidate. She has a very nice set of traits. You know what I mean? Then we'll educate the princess ourselves. So... yeah, it's, ooh. Well, I was gonna say it's 1 more year until our truce is up, so we'll have to wait before going to war, but it looks like we are going to war whether we want to or not. The mighty High Priest Uldric has decided that it is time to teach Kaiser Dietmar of the Holy Roman Empire and the believers in the dead crucified God another lesson in humility. All free Romuva men are invited to partake in the scouring of the Kingdom of Saxon. Kunas is with us, to arms. Our low character is the subject of Greek plays, a formal declaration of war. Alright then. Well, I think they may have bitten off a little more than they can chew here. Not sure if there is enough in the way of Romuva characters to actually threaten us in any meaningful way here. Looks like just Lithuania and Livonia, if I can mangle that pronunciation. So we'll see who exactly joins this. So far, nobody. That's fine. And this Kent is offering to join, we'll accept. To the illustrious Kaiser Dietmar, the good burghers of Wetzlar are barely able to pay their taxes. We will flatter and soothe this guy rather than lowering taxes. We can invest in technology. This culture tech. I suppose we can max out noble customs, why not? Now let's see, where are we actually at war with? I think the High Priest probably has a holding somewhere. Oh, down here. Alright, so I guess we can go and siege that if we want to. Which, if nobody else joins, should win us the war pretty quickly. Let's raise a few troops down here and go and do that. Not enough boats. Should do it. Get them on their way over. Yeah, it looks like this is going to turn out to be basically the worst Great Holy War of all time. Oh, somebody did join. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll still go and siege the High Priest's land just out of principle. If we see any other decently sized armies appearing, we'll raise troops to deal with them. Otherwise, we're probably not going to worry about it too much. And Jerusalem has beaten Brendan in his host claim. Better luck next time, Brendan. And the Doge of Venice is offering to join. Well, I accept. How kind. One of my guards seems to be unhappy about this war. It seems he personally knows some of the soldiers fighting for the other side. We'll sympathize with him. In fact, sieging the High Priest's holding might still win us the war immediately. I'm not sure. Since he's the main antagonist in the war, it might work that way. Anyway, though, we'll have to wait until the next episode to find out, because we're just about out of time here, so thanks for watching, and join me again then.